What's up, hi? Welcome back to Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. We continue on with the Hanako good ending route. And, I did find something. I was wondering if it would work once again. Going back at previous videos about, skipping, lines that I've already read. And I wonder if this would work again for me. But um, if anything, it would, I mean, all these lines I've already read. I don't think it bears need of repeating, but if we go on to a new line that has not been read before, I think the game will stop. Yeah, we've already played billiards with Hanako here, so we're just gonna skip right ahead. Time skip. All right, so we're gonna so we're in new territory now, and this is the well, anyways, this didn't matter what I chose here because I was in the bad ending route, but I think I'm supposed to be saying, let's go to the city. Let us go to the city as my dog yelps in the background. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's go to the town. Yeah. So the game stops, and we can proceed on. The bus stops, standing by the school gates, like a mute sentinel. But a strange idea in my mind. Do you want to head into town and look for a bookshop or something? We have the rest of the day free. It's a long shot, as Hanako doesn't like going into the city, as I count the fact that we managed to get her out there, even when it's so dark, as a small miracle. But I genuinely want to spend more time with her. Anyway, she's likely just to refuse and go back to... Okay. Really? Really? Let's go. I can't work out why Hanako has decided to agree with me, but I'm not about to ask her to change her mind. Stepping off the bus, I immediately noticed there that a lot of people are around us. In hindsight, it should have been obvious. Of course, lots of people would be downtown on a Saturday afternoon. Hanako retreats close to my side, and I can feel her hand clutching my arm tightly. Her body is held against mine, and her head is bowed so low that her hat hides most of her scarring. So, where shall we go? A bookshop? Hanako's present and my other general living expenses have pretty much drained my budget, but I should be able to afford a few books. There is something I'd try to reserve a few funds for anyway. For a second I think Hanako didn't hear me, but then I looked to my side and noticed her nodding most imperceptibly. Okay, do you know of one? Actually, I do. We passed a few when Lily and I were looking for your presents. Hanako's impression clouds a fraction. I got to remember to stop bringing up her birthday. You both spent a lot of time. Or maybe I misjudged the situation. We wanted to make sure that you got the right present after all. Hanako smiles and blushes a bit. It's a small treasure when she does. Anyway, there should be a bookshop just up ahead. Do you want to check it out? Sure. The crowds start to build as we head towards the bookshop along the raised walkways. Hanako latches her other arm onto me as well, making our progress a little slower. As we walk, the sound of the traffic makes me think of a possible distraction for her. I was wondering, Hanako, have you have you thought yet about when you're going to learn how to drive? D Driving? Yeah, you're kind of lucky in a way. There aren't a whole lot of students in Yamaku that are allowed to drive. It's not the best topic of conversation, but I want to try and distract Hanako from the situation. She's really highly strung right now. Then again, all I've really done is make her feel awkward, since she's probably never thought about it, which I wish I hadn't said anything. Before long, we are one of the bookshops Lily and I passed by during our search. Hmm. What kind of self-respecting bookshop closes on Saturdays? Bookshops don't make much money anymore because of the internet. Maybe they had to close over weekends. She seems pretty knowledgeable about technology. I guess it's a pursuit that would lend itself well into someone who enjoys solitude. Huh? I guess that makes sense. It's easier to find books online. Anyway, it looks like this idea is shot. Anything else you'd like to do? If it's not a bother, could you show me where you bought my present? Sure, it's not a problem. It's not far from here. I'd off in the direction of the store, only half sure of its exact location. I don't want to repeat of that last time, spending half the day walking around aimlessly. Here we are, Othello's Antiques. It's small. Well, yes. It took Lily and me some time to find it. Can we go in? Hmm, I don't see why not. It's open. Hanako pushes through the door and enters before me. Once again, the store is empty save for the store owner. His face drops a little when he sees me. Oh, you're not here for a return, are you? Wait, that's not the girl you had with you last time. No. We're not here to return anything. We're just in town and wanted to have another look in here. The store owner considers this for quite a long time. I guess he's not used to high school students coming to a shop on a regular basis. Might this be the friend that you bought gifts for? That's right. There were presents for her. The store owner turns to Hanako, who freezes on the spot, like a deer caught in the headlights. He moves to address her, but stops before doing so, looking a little taken back. He catches himself staring and looks to the side, addressing us indirectly. His expression is awkward and tense, as is his entire body. I want to be mad at him, but I know full well that I had the same instinctive reaction when I first saw her. First surprise, then curiosity, and then an awkward look away as I dealt with what I'd seen. Hanako looks less panicked than before, but I think the feeling she's giving off now is worse. It's not anger, nor annoyance. If anything, it's one of apology. You're lucky there, young lady, to have friends that care about you as much as they do. Thank you. If I hadn't spent so much time with Hanako, I wouldn't even have realized that she said anything. Then again, Storner's mumble was hardly clear either, thanks in part being directed away from us. Hanako strikes out into the store, gazing in wonder at the various items on display. She finds the doll section and spends lingering minutes studying each and every one. It's the side of Hanako that I've barely been introduced to. I was astonished when Lily said she liked dolls, and even more so to find her collection sitting on her dresser. She looks a little better now that she's distracted and out of the store owner's sight, but I'm still quite put off by the whole experience. I might have my own problems, but I've never had strangers react to me like that, as if I was something completely alien to them. This is a nice shop. Yeah, it's not what I expected. Do you want to buy something? I didn't bring any money. Well, we can always come again. Now that I know where to find it, that is. We can? Of course. We can come here as often as you like. Thank you. You don't need to thank me. I almost forgot where this place was. I don't really think either of us completely believes in what we're saying, but rather, we're just repeating what we think we should say. Can we go back to the school now? Sure thing. Let's go. Oh, that's my line. Oh, sorry. Say, sure thing, let's go. Yes, my feminine voice. uh, as we leave for the bus stop, I see the store owner peek through the curtain at the back of the shop. I'm not really sure what that glance he gives to her says. It feels a bit weird, and the fact that Hanako didn't see it is both a relief and a bit frustrating. Hanako and I stopped walking once we reached the concrete area between the dormitory buildings. There was barely a word said between us on the way back from the city. Well then, goodbye. Do you want to have some tea or something? How about a game? Hanako shakes her head embarrassedly. I'm tired. Maybe later. I got homework. She sounds a little depressed. Hanako obviously doesn't want to do more, but I suppose she would have a bit of her schoolwork to catch up on. She's missed a few days of lessons. Ah, homework. Thanks for reminding me. I've got a stack to do as well. I guess I'll see you tomorrow? See you, Hisao. Before I can say goodbye, Hanako has turned and began walking towards the entrance to the female dormitory building. I look at the door she disappears through for a bit before going off towards my own dorms. Today was a tiring day. That's the end of Act 3, I believe. Scars. So Act 4, finally, we made it. I don't, um, I don't think this is, old. I think this is the same, let's see. But I'm gonna keep reading on. I'm not really sure, so let's see. I woke up, took my pills, had a nice shower, quickly slipped on my uniform, ate a tasty breakfast, grabbed my bag, and headed off. All as per my usual daily routine. It was only after arriving in class that the normality of the day was thrown off. After taking my seat, I watched my classmates trickle into the room over the next hour until every empty seat was eventually taken, other than Hanako's. I can never get used to the idea that she just doesn't show up to class every now and again. It feels all the more worrying now as well, given that Lily's left. Hmm. You know what? I'm trying to see, is this different? Because I'm like looking at the falling. This was the branching here. Small tree. Beginning and the end. Sorry, I'm just like trying to see like. Let me. Oh yeah, let me make a separate save just in case. Yeah, we had a we had yeah we had breakfast with them. Oh yeah, she right. Ah yes, okay, so we did read this, and I fucking yeah, I had breakfast with the girls, or actually lunch, and then went to this guy, and then went to Hanako. She had a breakdown. She didn't want it. Then we went to talk to Lily and to see like what can we do. And then we got here. So this is the final choice. I'm gonna make a save here actually because this is an important thing. All right. So this is the branching path here because these choices will give you the ending. The last time it didn't matter which we choose because it was a bad ending. Whatever, no matter what choice you made. This one will decide if you get a good ending or a neutral ending. Good ending would be, which we're aiming for, would be agree with Lily. Neutral ending would be trust my own judgment. So let's go with the good ending. I don't want to admit it, but she may have a point. Something else bugs me though. And you tried to amend this? Wait, our outing into the city? Sorry that I had to skip all those lines. Like they didn't know what the fuck's going on, but I would rewatch. I think it's the bad ending end video. I forgot which part it is, but yeah, go backtrack to my previous parts and you can see what's going on. I'm just trying to move on ahead, and yeah. Wait, our outing to the city? Quite astute. I thought it might help if I dragged both of you out of Yamaku and into the wider world. I am thankful you've become closer for it, though. So, she noticed that. I suppose she may have well been paying attention to us, and her hearing's incredibly good. Quite likely good enough to have picked up on what we were talking about if she tried. Hmm. This sounds more and more like you're manipulating us. Hmm. Silence. It's a harsh way of putting it, but I had no intention of stepping back from those words. I'm sorry. I was just worried about you. That's fine. I guess there were more important things anyway. It's not a total surprise that she would do such a thing. Her motherly nature can be slightly overbearing at times, but she does have the best of intentions. So, you think I should think about myself more than instead of trying to cater onto Hanako? That largely sums it up. Again, I'm sorry for not telling you this in a clearer way before going behind your back. I know I'm at least as guilty as of being overprotective of Hanako as you, but I fear that you are neglecting yourself in your efforts to give Hanako happiness. Do you really think Hanako will be okay? She isn't as fragile as you think. I don't know exactly what experiences she's lived through or what feelings she's had in her mind, but she has managed to work her way through them until now. It's also my hope that giving her a little space would allow her to decide what she truly wants for herself, and give her the initiative to reach out for it. Please have faith in Hanako. That's all I ask. Oh, I guess I'll think about it for a while. That's good. Being rash won't get you anywhere. I know at times you may doubt your relationship to Hanako, but she does. Lily cuts herself off and takes a moment to reconsider her words. Please keep in mind that I wouldn't have befriended you if I hadn't thought you were a fundamentally good person. If you're a good friend, both to myself and to Hanako. Thank you, that helps. We share some small talk to try and lighten the atmosphere, but it feels very styled, stilted. Or, sorry. There's a lot of I don't know about Lily's stay in Scotland, but after such a heavy subject, I want to be alone for a bit to think. After a few minutes, we end up saying our goodbyes as I set my phone on my desk. Compared to Hanako's situation, mine feels utterly mundane. I still have both of my parents. I had a reasonably normal childhood, and unlike many in Yamaku, my condition isn't immediately visible to the public. But then again, isn't this just an attempt to justify the way I've been acting towards her? That may well be what our pasts were like, but when it comes to the future, I still have no idea what I want to do. At school, I've just concentrated on each day's work, and I've put off more and more things to cater to Hanako. I recall the words Muto told me after Hanako's breakdown about the purpose of Yamaku and my education. In hindsight, he was probably trying to push exactly the same thing. Just what I've been doing in the time since my heart attack. If I ever did manage to get Hanako out of her room and to open up, what then? I look out of my dormitory window as the sun slowly sets. It's a nice sight, but what I really savor is the quiet as the students return to their dormitory rooms. All I want to do now is think. I'm not sure how much time I have, but I want to work out where I'll go from here. Since talking to Lily yesterday, I wanted to try to move on from the listlessness I've felt ever since coming to Yamaku. But even I try to concentrate on the book in front of me, Hanako's empty seat at the back of the classroom looms larger than life. Every time I start getting focused, my eyes flick over to her desk and my mind starts spinning. Once more, my eyes drift over to it, but this time my vision is blocked by a certain other classmate. Oh, hey, Mickey. Hey, maybe you should try to. Maybe you should just have lunch. I can hear your stomach growling from my desk. I let my head drop in disappointment. She seems to have taken some amusement from my reaction and hops up onto my desk. Her grin as she sits on it reminds me of the Cheshire cat. So what you working on? Some math. I have a decent handle on it, but I wanted to revise. Oh really? Let me see that. Before I can object, she grabs my mathematics book with her hand. She scans the page I was on, holding it open with one of hands she has, and her left arm sitting uselessly on her lap. In my time here at Yamaku, I've noticed that the other students have a wide range of adjustment to their disabilities. On a purely practical level, Miki is one of those who seems to have some trouble. The stump on her left arm tends to be either hanging by her side, slipped into a pocket, or otherwise put out of the way. Sometimes she has a difficult time doing common tasks, which makes her visibly quite frustrated. I feel a little bad for thinking this way, but I'm thankful that Hanako and I don't have disabilities affecting our freedom of movement to that extent. Then again, if Miki's problems worsened, at least she wouldn't have a real possibility of dying. My attention is refocused as she thumbs through a few pages, skimming their contents. With such casual interest in the subject matter, it's clear by now that she won't be any help. I'm guessing you're not too interested in this stuff? Screw math. It's boring as hell. She puts the book back in front of me with indifference. Her eyes move to the notebook beside it that I've been working out practice equations on. Wait, you're actually able to work that stuff out? Yeah. Wow, I've never talked to a computer with legs before. Thanks, I think. At least I'm doing better than this in history. think it's worth asking the librarian for help. Heard she's shooting for uni. Ah, Yuko? Maybe. I don't know what she wants to study though. So, what about you? Got anything you're doing? Got got anything you're thinking of doing after you graduate? Me? Nah, not really. Just enjoying it while it lasts. She looks a little awkward when asked about her future, and absent-mindedly rubs her left forearm. I kind of want to ask her about it, but I don't think I know her well enough to do so. The conversation peters out, and I lean back in my chair, giving up on the prospect of studying. Miki notices my tired expression and looks oddly serious. Thinking about Hanako? Isn't that obvious? You've been glaring at her seat, and you've been pretty quiet. Not too hard on connect the knots. I'm just worried about her. Yeah, I can see why you would be. She can get weird sometimes. She sounds put off, but I can't blame her. Hanako was a hard person to interact with before she warmed up to me, even with Lily around to help. I haven't known her for that long either, so some of her habits will be still unknown to me. My face becomes troubled. If I hadn't developed feelings for her, this would be at least a little easier to deal with. I mean, no offense. She isn't a bad person. I know that much. I know. I didn't take it that way. It's just harder to deal with when, well, you know, you have feelings for someone. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's hard to forget something like that, like what happened to her during class too. I wish she hadn't reminded me of that. She just confirmed that it was clearly noticed by others in the room as well. Come on, don't get that down. She's done this before. You just gotta wait it out. She locks herself in her room and acts like an empty husk of a person for a sizable amount of time. Ever since she started Yamaku, it's if not before then as well. And I'm not supposed to be concerned about that? Well, I might think that, but there's nothing that I can do. I can't force her to come out, and she does see a therapist. So it's not like she's getting any help for her issues. Maybe it's natural to think that way when you're so powerless to help someone. That's just the way she is, and you just have to deal with it. As I mull things over, I noticed a movement out of the corner of my eye. I glanced at to see who it is, and ended up doing a double take. Oh hey, Hanako! Sure enough, it's Hanako. She just walks through the door, just as she would any normal school day, and begins to move towards her seat in her usual silent and humble manner. She looks at me for a moment before blushing and looking away in embarrassment, which makes me realize that I was staring at her. I feel sorry for that, but not doing it is hard after all that's happened. The girl sitting on my desk looks to me, grinning. See? Your sweetheart's back already. What did I tell you? Shh, be quiet. It might be only be meant as a joke, but she hits close enough to make me quite uncomfortable. As we talk, someone calls Mickey's name from the door. She jumps down from her vantage point on my desk before turning to me. Gotta go, Isao. Remember to eat sometime, will you? Fine, I will. See you. She gives a casual salute before jogging over to the door. Where a mere student in gym uniform is waiting for her. Probably someone from the track and field club. Seizing the opportunity, I get up and make my way to Hanako's desk. Hello. Hi, Hanako. What's up? Nothing. Maybe talking to her this soon after she came back to class was a bad move. Hmm. Wanna go? Wanna go? Come with me and grab something from the cafeteria? I'm pretty hungry. But I thought you were studying. Studying and can wait. Turning up for class after all this time might have taken some courage for Hanako, so at least I could do is stay with her. That's just the way she is, and you have to deal with it. Is the way Miki and probably the class as a whole views Hanako. I can do more for her, though. I want to do more for her. After being distracted by Miki, I don't think I'm going to get any work done. Come on, let's go. She hesitates, but eventually gets up and joins me as we begin walking. These may be small steps for her, but the fact that she's finally out of her room, of her own volition, lifts a large weight off my shoulders. Hmm. Well, at least that's comforting that she's there with us. Um, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the episode. Um, The fact that apparently we were not given notification, but earlier they just told us that the electric company around my area is working on some electric stuff, and we're going to lose power at some point. So I want to get this video out before that happens. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut this short, and we're going to continue on next week. So if my channel lasts for next week, that is because of the Kappa. Yeah, this Kappa crap going on right now. But anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time, if there is a next time. See you guys then.